Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 638. I'm morning host Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Oh, hoy.
and Tony
Hey
Korkanakis.
yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 638 of the Gamecast. Once again, we're live streaming on Twitch starting Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us live. Leave some comments, leave some questions. Love to hear from you guys. If you missed us live, we are on YouTube. All of the episodes are on YouTube, up back to like 200-ish. So, feel free to peruse back to the older episodes. It's a lot of content, 638 episodes, but you can hear about how crazy predictions we've done. The bold predictions episodes, I think, are gold. If you go back to those the bold predictions episodes,
Mhm.
and it's so much of it is just funny about as you make a bold prediction, like is the game even going to come out?
Yeah, it
I'm
is,
sorry.
isn't it?
I'm tying it into conversations, guys. You didn't think I was going here, but I did it.
Well, I mean, I got one wrong with my Last of Us 3 announcement after the finale of the show. I think that was one of my bold predictions, and
yeah, I
that did
mean,
not happen.
I did not put that on the news here, but Neil Druckmann went on record because of the finale saying that Naughty Dog has chosen their next game they're working on, but would not commit to being Last of Us Part 3.
It's Last of
Right.
Us
Um,
Well,
Part 3.
it's got to be,
It's
and
there's
like
no way it's
they
not.
also have that multiplayer Last of Us game too. So
I mean,
Factions.
Didn't they
after
also say they're not doing anything with Uncharted anymore as
No,
well?
they're
he
not.
did say that.
They're
Yeah, he did say
not
that.
different
doing it with
studio,
Uncharted.
It'll be moved
if
to another
at
studio.
all. Yeah.
It'll move to another studio. There's no way that Sony lets that sit too idly.
You
It
say
has a
that.
decently definitive ending, although you have, you know, Sam and Sully maybe.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you could do an older Drake with Sam.
Well, you can
You
also
need the
do the
daughter
daughter
involved.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon, and or a Drake thing. So
No, you're right. You're right. All right. So maybe we'll get that. But all right, guys, what have we been playing though? What have we been up to? Anything of note, Corey?
well, Lincoln, my son, who's the younger one, he wanted to play Miles Morales for some reason. So I actually
Oh,
played that for
cool.
a long time,
Wow.
and I was letting him play on my save for a while
Uh,
just because it was like all it was all. I mean, it was just like everything was pretty much unlocked, and he had the whole city to himself. But he had turned it on and started a new game without me like looking at it. I was like, "Oh, you're starting new." I was like, "All right, well, let's see how you do." And so we played, and yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's only like 6 years old, but he's getting it pretty good. So
nice.
Wow.
yeah,
Impressive.
it's a cool dad moment, get like, "Oh, proud of you, son. You're actually like not just smashing buttons. You're kind of figuring this out a little bit."
Yeah.
So that was
Wow. That's
pretty neat.
impressive. That's
Hmm.
impressive.
Is that the first game he's tried to
So
tackle by himself?
No, no. He plays other things here and there, but he likes Spider-Man a lot. I think that's probably his favorite character. He like always wants to climb on the walls too. So yeah.
that's not going to help then.
Hmm.
So
And so yeah, and unfortunately did not get to play too much Xenoblade. Only got like an hour or two in this week, so not much progress.
yeah, I didn't get to play much this week. I've been a little bit under the weather.
Mm.
So it's more of a movie show kind of thing I've been watching.
Hmm.
I had so much energy to. I was like, I'm going to play Hi-Fi Rush and stuff. I'm going to finish that today. I'm like, no, I just kind of lounged and watched World Baseball Classic. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm just watching a bunch, and then I watched a bunch of old
All
shows.
garbage stuff.
Well, the problem is you get Freevee. Now Freevee has a lot of old cartoons, like Alf the cartoon, the animated Alf.
Yeah.
Knew that
Yeah,
existed.
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't great. You're right, Tony. That reaction's probably accurate, but it's still. And I watched Super Mario World, the cartoon. I kind of like I don't know. It's a lot of the older cartoons I used to watch all the time. Went down that rabbit hole.
No, I can see that.
So
It's more. It's just specifically out. Like I remember, like even as a kid, I was like, "This
Mm.
isn't good."
it's nothing to do with Alf. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, wait, this isn't like the show at all that was on TV. But yeah, Alf was in the army. Like I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
Also
that's
show
the
his
story.
like feet and stuff too. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So
wait, he's got a second part to his body? Like,
yeah. So anyways, that's it for me. Tony, anything for you?
Finishing up Fire Emblem. I'm finally at the last
finally
chapter
done?
on my. Oh,
Mm.
dude. I'm never doing this again because like I enjoy a challenge, but like this was just such a a ball
I think the
breaker.
problem also, right, is like the story wasn't engaging, right? So it's just kind of you're just
Engaging, yeah.
Yeah.
The first half definitely wasn't. It definitely picked up in this last third,
got
I want to
better.
say. I mean, it's still
Good.
not great, but it did make me go, oh, I was not expecting it to get kind of dark now. Like, it was just whatever and stuff like that. But it's not enough to save it, like the story or anything like that. But it did get better. With this, it was just like, there were some maps where I just absolutely lost. There was like no recovery, and it's like, oh, cool. There just goes an hour and a half of my time. It's like, and like just like the good thing is I love like looking at the units and being like, okay, what do I need? How do I need to build you and stuff like that? And then I look over and it's like 30 minutes. I was like, shit, I'm just like making my team right now. I'm not even in the game. Like just whatever. But
What's crazy is I love the Fire Emblem world now because of the last two games I played.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a lot of drive to play this one, and partly it's because of your hype you're giving me on this game is not the highest.
well, I mean,
But
yeah.
but the other part of it is also because like I have a lot of expectation like to replay Advance Wars. That's coming out soon. I'm like I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I want to play.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good game. There's a lot of caveats though. I mean, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. If I wasn't playing on the hardest
I wouldn't
difficulty,
play on that. Yeah.
I would have been done with this game like a month ago probably. But this is the first time it's been unlocked from the start, so I was like, oh, well, I want to give this a shot.
jump in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Is there enough memorable characters though? Like that's the key for me in these games. Is those characters that impact you like in the game. You're like, I really like this character a lot. Do you have enough of that?
Who did you like in Three Houses?
That's true. I don't even remember anymore. No, I mean, it's been a while. I could probably I have to bring up a list actually to tell you, but like there was like the attachment I had, but you might be right.
I got you.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna bring up a list while we're talking about it. I gotta remember the characters. But because that was the one you changed in mid game.
Yeah,
I
the
had,
time skip. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like my main character in that one, but where's my list? There we go. I'm not bringing this live. Sorry, everybody. Anyways, I'm trying to think of what I did first in that series. It was the Blue Lions. That's what I did first.
Okay, yeah.
Dimitri. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Ingrid. Absolutely. I'm flipping through everybody, but yeah, there was a few. There wasn't a ton like there was in like Awakening.
Yeah.
Awakening probably the most memorable characters for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the one that hooked me though.
Yeah,
so.
I mean it's more akin to Awakening because you just have one cast of characters. It's not like broken up into like you have like these characters in this playthrough and these characters in this playthrough. Okay. It's just you have them all. Yeah, I mean the story's nothing. It's whatever, you know. It starts out bad, gets better, but you know it's still like kind of like okay, well, I mean we're done now, so like. How am I supposed to be feeling right now? But other than that, I did play more GoldenEye. I tried the Xbox version, actually. The Xbox version controls significantly better than the Switch version. I'm very disappointed now.
Yes.
The Switch version is so sensitive to the point where, like, if you... Because you got to hold one of the trigger... or the L or R buttons to bring up the aiming cursor. And on the Switch, like, you move it, like, barely anything. And it starts, like zipping across the screen. You're like, I need pinpoint precision. Is that because of
the sticks are shorter? Is that the reason, or is it because
I just think the way it is like the way the emulator is built, it's overcompensating for because like I don't know how many degrees of sensitivity an N64 analog stick has, but it's nowhere near the amount that these like modern sticks have. So I think it's just like when you're moving it that much, the Switch is saying, oh well. It's at max value, so we're gonna zoom you around.
Does it have like motion assist or whatever, gyro assisting stuff?
Nothing like that. The Xbox has their own custom built. I think it's called Diamond control scheme that is default set to, and that's fine. So I'm hoping it gets patched because the Switch version is just so much harder. And like to test this, I did the train level on the Switch version, and I barely beat that in the time. Like I missed the time thing by 1 second. And I did on the Xbox version, and I destroyed it by like 45 seconds. So it's like
like I said, playing on the Xbox version, everything is just easier.
Yeah, it's insane.
Very easy.
It's insane, but yeah, it's still a good time. It really makes me want like a modern first-person shooter that has like objectives and missions, and not just kill everybody.
Yeah,
and, like killing everybody's fine and stuff, but like some of the fun things that happen in the game is like where you like. like you might be like getting fired at, and they accidentally shoot the computer, and you fail the mission because you need the computer to get the data. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
like, you know,
that
it's
happened
like,
plenty of
it's
times.
like F and
yeah.
A, like.
Or the bombs that were on the thing, they weren't supposed to go off when they were supposed to go off. They hit them and they explode. Yeah,
exactly.
No, absolutely. Like, you know, I remember that, and I think that's
you have to defeat the urge to kill Boris on sight.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You'll fail the mission.
There were so many times I purposely wiped that mission because I was like, "Fuck it, I'm shooting him right now."
Yeah.
So there was a lot about that game that makes it so impactful because not just like the license, but the design of the game, and that's what, and not just the multiplayer, but like you said, the single player aspect of the game was so well designed too.
Oh yeah,
that was
the multiplayer is an afterthought. They almost didn't even include it in the final retail version of the game. They're like, whatever, just ship it.
Yeah, unbelievable. So you forget about how good that single player used to be, and the stacks. I mean, was it the stacks? I must have played the facility scene. I must have replayed that section so many. I don't know how many times I played that. Yep. But yeah, it was like it was a great impactful game. So it's cool to hear about the Xbox version controlling better. I just wish they got the improvements because like Switch has a really good amount of improvements, right? Like in terms of visually. I was about to say. No, I thought it was better. I thought they had a better mapping on that.
I think it's worse. I think
really. I thought it was more. They
both look pretty bad. I mean, no, they look okay.
Okay,
but they don't.
You're dealing with.
They don't really look like up, other than just cleaned up for the HD like displays. They didn't do anything else. It's just an N64 game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Again, the biggest difference is the Switch has online multiplayer and the Xbox does not.
That's true.
Which is funny because you basically have dual analog control on the Xbox version. It would have been better there, but whatever.
All right.
They really kind of botched it, to be honest. I think it's pretty disappointing after all this time that this is how it managed to come out as a remaster.
Yeah.
Tony, not a remaster, it's a port. It's literally a port.
It's a port. Yeah, it's a port. Tony, anything else you've been playing?
Me?
Tony, anything else? Yeah.
No, that's it.
I knew you were playing that. Okay.
No,
so, Mike, anything for you?
So I finished Like a Dragon Isshin.
Nice.
I'm still doing completionist stuff. If you recall from last week, I said I was a little confused because they have these characters sort of as reoccurring roles and from their classic Yakuza roles, and I had to kind of remember their name, and then they have a new name. And, well, by the end of this story, it gets even worse because multiple characters have pseudonyms and take on other characters' identities. And it's just very confusing by the end. And the reason why they did it is they're trying to like shoestring or their ridiculous narrative into a little bit of historical fiction. So this name like dies at this point, but he doesn't really, or like stuff like that. It's because of that, I really think this is one of the weaker Yakuza stories I've played through.
Okay.
It's just a little all over the place, and it didn't. I mean, and overall, like because of the side stories being a little less zany in this context, and the mini games are less, robust. You can't go to an arcade. You can't like bowl or anything like that, or play a pocket circuit racer or anything. You can bet on chicken races, but that's about it. I really feel like this is more of like the mid or even the lower end of the Yakuza series, which is a shame because I really enjoy the sword combat in this. Like that's the big thing. The sword is real fun, but and so I still like it enough, and I'm going through doing some end game stuff, except the dojo bosses and the like arena bosses have some real cheaty moves. Like everything else is pretty easy, but then a couple of these characters have like just complete bullshit moves. But whatever. Other than that, I decided to try Hi-Fi Rush myself.
Nice.
And my background, I've been a drummer.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to sort of like not just focus on the rhythm, like everything else. And it seems like things work pretty well. I'm playing it on hard and I'm getting like A's and S's and but I'm not really paying too much attention to actually like fighting.
No, that's the problem with the that's the problem I have with it's almost like QTE events. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying it's almost the same idea. Like it almost deters from what you're trying to watch as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not seeing
I'm
Yeah,
kind of not even paying too much attention to what's happening,
I
which
get
did
the
lead
vibe.
to a death
Absolutely.
as I like jumped off an edge during
Yeah.
the boss fight. But
You're so intent on listening to the beats and pressing the buttons in time that you're also missing the amazing action sequences that are on the screen.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my only gripes because the game is really good. It's fun. It looks great too if you can take that
Yeah.
in. But you miss some of that, and I get that vibe as well. I was like, I thought it was, I get it. Like I'm just like, man, I'm so focused on getting the timing down. I'm not enjoying the visuals that you could see. There's a lower difficulty setting you could probably do that with, but I'm like, I don't. But what's the point of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want to do that.
yeah.
But no, it's just I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it because I played through
Oh,
the
wow.
first level. I did okay. I mean, I'm not really vibing with like the world and the story too much. It seems just kind of goofy and stupid to me.
It's supposed
It
to
might
be.
be.
I mean, I guess it's
I
anime
know,
style. That's
but
why
I know
it's
that's
supposed
but
to be.
it's
Yeah.
not really my cup of tea. I
Got
mean,
it.
it looks nice, but
Oh, it looks
I'm
great.
just
Yeah.
like this character is stupid. I don't care. I don't care about this. But the other thing is, I'm playing with a relatively new Xbox controller, but since I'm so intent on the beat and I'm like, subdividing too, which it lets you do, which is, going twice as fast as the rhythm, just which helps you stay on beat if you're used to going quicker. So I'm doing that, but my buttons started sticking. I'm hitting it
Oh,
too hard, I guess. So I'm
That's what I
already,
hate
and
about
it's a new
Xbox buttons.
controller.
That's what I hate about Xbox controllers.
yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, and it started affecting my score. I was going from like S and A's with the timing down to like B's and C's. I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm missing because it's just stuck. So I mean, I don't even know if I can play this anymore at this point.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Can you do the triggers?
It's
Can you remap it to triggers?
It was just
I don't know.
Mike. Which version? Did you buy a new Series Xbox or no?
I did, yes.
Okay, because I was just gonna say like there's the Series S was on sale for like 150, I think.
No,
Wasn't
no,
there?
I have an X now. I've
Okay,
upgraded
I was
for
like
real.
by itself, like the controller is worth like $60 out of that box. It's insane value for the people that were. I think it was Amazon had that for a little bit. I don't even remember. One of them.
Verizon.
Oh,
But yeah, no,
Verizon. Sorry, Verizon. That's right.
it started sticking. I guess I'm hitting it too hard.
Yeah.
It's just how the
So,
controllers are designed. Just,
Well, that's
yeah.
why I didn't rebuy. I have never, I didn't rebuy the Elite controller because my Elite controller, which was $200, had the drift problem, and it was a well-known problem. And I'm like, I'm not spending $200 on another controller that pops up on. I'm just not doing it. That's why I never rebought another one. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. That's what we've been up to, guys. Let's get some news. Not a lot. Excuse me. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm trying not to cough on air. And like I'm hitting the mute
there's a
button.
lot of news this week. What are you talking about?
Well, I only have two on here, but fill me in. What else? What am I missing here? What did I miss?
What do you want to start with?
Well, let's start with the delays, but we can finish with delays if you want. Let's do Suicide Squad.
Oh boy. All right.
Suicide Squad.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
And you know
Squad
what?
had a nice.
Go ahead.
I had a bad week, but is now delayed
Well,
indefinitely.
we don't know that.
I can make this
by the
statement
time
indefinitely.
by the time this podcast was starting, I was expecting this to either be confirmed or denied by official channels, and it's just been floating out there. No one has said anything officially, which I'm confused by and a little even more worried about.
Doesn't matter. Jason Schreier tweeted it.
Just it's gospel, the gospel of Schreier.
No, so
Yeah,
Schreier says
pretty much, yeah.
No,
It's
he knows
like,
what he
he's
is.
like the Schefter of video games.
Yeah,
You know,
like-
Schefter says something, it's real.
He has good sources, and it's getting delayed. Grubb-
Regardless, you would think they would say something about it.
No, but Grubb actually went on record saying it's going to get delayed out of this year.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
even
about
further.
Mm.
So it's getting delayed. I
And this
think we all
comes
expect
what
anyways.
days after the showcase? Like not even. It's like
Yeah.
Yep, showcase came out. Yeah,
Is
we
this-
need to delay this.
Is this
I mean,
because of the
obviously-
showcase?
You would extrapolate
Suspicious
that.
timing. I mean,
The response was overwhelmingly negative. Obviously, especially if you look at those YouTube analytics, they'll show you the dislikes.
Mike,
But-
you're my barometer for this game. Like
Mike's
You-
done.
you-
They broke him.
like,
They broke him
because
with.
he's played like he hate plays games like because he wants to play. There's certain things he wants to get out of a game, so he hate plays them. what's your level on this one? Where are you at? 1 to 10. Give me 1 to 10 excitement.
Excitement?
I'm gonna say you're at
Are
2
you
with
are, are you
excitement
getting
for
it? Are you
this.
getting this game? 1 to 10.
I'm like 5. It's like 50-50 in my mind right now. The problem
So
is, like, I am very interested in seeing the Rocksteady version of this Justice League, and also, Conroy's Batman and how they sort of follow up Arkham Knight.
it's just the
Like,
main characters they chose
it's
was
got me by
wrong.
that.
It's just
I
wrong.
could
Yeah.
not care less about the Suicide Squad, and I could not care less about jumping around and shooting. The only thing is, I'm sure the gameplay will be fun too, because I trust Rocksteady in that level. But I don't know.
But like
Actually, I'm not sure about
games as a
that
service
because
game from them.
I'm not sure about that because of all the tank stuff. Actually,
Yeah.
I really think that was them starting to creep to them not wanting to do fun stuff anymore. Well, fun in my opinion. The games of the service stuff is annoying too, obviously. Again, if you were playing as Justice League characters instead of Suicide Squad and they did this games of the service stuff, I would have been okay with it. But I just don't care about playing as Captain Boomerang or Spider-Man Harley Quinn.
I agree. I agree.
And nothing fits. But so yeah, it's like 4 or 5 really, as far as am I getting this.
Okay.
I feel obligated to, but I'm probably not going to like it, is my
I think
feeling
it's gonna
right
be a
now.
lot different once we hear about it again. So,
How
I think
much
so
can they
too.
really delay it
gameplay
and
wise,
change it,
but
though?
like, I think they're gonna they gotta pull out a lot of that garbage.
Games of service stuff. Yeah. So all right.
Battle pass, like,
Tony.
a battle pass in this?
Fucking battle passes.
Terrible
Bring
idea.
back loot boxes.
It's just over with. But Tony, hit me with some news. What else you got?
Starfield?
Well, Starfield delay. Yeah, we can do that one too.
Starfield's delay was framed as not a delay by them, but
Yeah,
it
I
is.
just love that Starfield is now listed for September 6th, with June 11th being its big
Hey, happy birthday.
showcase. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so when they posted, I'm like, okay, is that a sign I have to get this game? I'm okay with a delay.
Yeah.
Like, again,
Staying
we all
back.
expected. I think that's why I'm okay with it. Like, we all expected this delay.
I mean, I
especially
expect nothing from Microsoft these days. And I
we all
much
expect
predicted
nothing.
I
that
expect
they were
nothing.
not gonna even have a game.
I expect nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
all-
disappointed.
The thing about this is their big reveal showcase is announced for later than the original release window, which I think is pretty funny. So
I mean, this was supposed to come out like last year, so like
yeah, I
everything's
know,
later.
but I mean, even the current window that we had going into this,
Yeah,
we're
last
not
year
even
they're
gonna
like,
get.
these games will be out in the next 12 months. It's like, actually, that is a
By
lie.
which calendar are we going by?
But the only problem with the September release is, will it run into other things around then?
It's
that
more
we
crowded.
want?
Yes.
I mean, when you have Starfield, you have to be the big dog in that room at that point. It's like,
you?
this
You
is
would
what
think
guys
so,
Do you?
but
I don't think you're
if
guaranteed
Spider-Man
that.
2's
I know,
Spider-Man
I'm
2's
saying,
coming
like,
out,
that's what-
then what do you play first?
Well, no, I'm not
Well, I
saying
think
that
that-
it's true. I'm saying that's what Microsoft doesn't have anything AAA like
No, I know.
Spider-Man or Zelda. I mean, it's like,
But Zelda's
this is
more.
their
Zelda's
Spider-Man and
probably.
Zelda. It's like, you
Zelda's
have to,
probably
like,
November, right? At this
What?
point, like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's I spaced on the release date. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I've been sick
what are
all
you
week,
talking about?
so I just yeah, I don't know. I just felt like they were positioning it to be in a good spot to be released, and they're not. But
Well, I mean, if it came out during the summer, nothing comes out during the summer. But I think that
But this summer's
it's
crowded,
not.
actually.
summer's not
That's
bad.
fair.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot. I mean, this year actually, you're
What is
it's
this summer?
pretty
It's also
crazy.
this year though. Like there's been
Mhm.
so many things that were pushed around, and that's why this year's crowded.
I mean, well,
the game,
obviously, I mean, thing is, like, we don't really know if anything's coming out until
the
actually
game
comes out.
has to deliver. That's it. The game has to deliver. So
A whole lot is riding on that, and it's my most anticipated game of the year. Even though I'm more confident in the quality of the next Spider-Man game, I'm more excited about what Starfield could be. But we'll see.
No, I mean, I we'll see. It's just a matter of like,
It just leaves me
Yeah.
leaves me doubtful because we've only seen the game once. It's already been delayed twice since then. It just doesn't give me good vibes. I'm hoping the game will turn out great, but I don't have that expectation.
Yeah,
We'll
well, I
see
mean,
when
at
it gets
least
here.
I mean, hopefully all these delays and all this time they're putting into it is to make it better.
Sure,
Like,
you would
it's
hope
interesting
so.
because
Yeah,
like Fallout,
it's
came out 6 months after they announced it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and then there was like some issues with that, and they had to
it launched pretty
work
rough,
on
but it was good enough for at
it.
the time at least.
Yeah.
So like you'd expect that when they announced Starfield officially, because obviously we knew it was coming, but officially that it would be kind of within that, 6 to 12 month window, and here we are, like years later.
Unfortunately, recent history of something delayed repeatedly like this, it's Cyberpunk, and we know what happened with that. It should have been delayed like twice as long as it was.
All right.
So
Yeah, I mean-
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like Cyberpunk, every other studio, I guarantee, was scared shitless when they saw the reaction to.
Yeah, well, scope
Cyberpunk.
creep, man. I think that's what it was. It's just like they kept getting more ambitious and more. It's like, oh, we can throw this in there. We can throw this in there. We can throw, and then
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I think going in early fall, like it's September 6th, right? If they
technically
make
still summer.
if they make that, then they have like a month of usual, like a little bit of a window probably, because your post summer launches and you have a little bit of a window. That's probably their thought if they make that. I don't even know if they will. I'm not. Is
we're
anybody
here to
think?
direct in June, so we'll
But
find
who
out
thinks
more.
September 6th is going to be hit?
No, I wouldn't bet it. That's the thing that makes me mad. Like, stop giving it a date. Like, just stop. Just be like,
just
hey,
say fall.
we're targeting fall.
And this isn't even
Yeah.
this
Well,
isn't
they
even
have
a
been
quarter
doing it.
anymore. It's a physical, it's a full on date. So
Like
But maybe,
I
maybe
I
you
think
get
they
something
make
more
it
to be
this
excited
time.
about it now because they are giving it an official date and they're gonna show it on in June.
Nope.
I think they'll release it and it
Glass
might come
full,
out
Tony.
bad.
Come on.
I mean,
mean that's
No,
what
I think they're
I give-
releasing it no matter what at this point, and it
Are they
might
gonna
be
do
a
the
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk? Oh,
Yeah,
It
I
might
don't
be
know
at
about
this
that.
point.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. But they have to hit with this game.
They
Like,
have to do this year,
they
though.
have to hit with this game. Like they have to. Who here does not think they have to hit with this game?
Well, I mean, Redfall. Hey, maybe that'll be a big hit
yeah,
for them.
that's a
Maybe
summer.
you're right, but
Yeah.
Starfall has to hit.
The other thing, though, this is a Game Pass game. How much is it going to even sell?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but I mean, this is where I give like Nintendo a lot of credit because it's negative and positive with Nintendo. Like, you won't hear about something for a long time now, but when you get that date, the game is like it's done. You know what I mean? Like it's ready to go because they can give you that day and they're confident they're going to hit it. Like they seem to be doing that very well. What's that?
It's not always true. Wasn't the Zelda game delayed like by a year?
It was delayed. I don't know if they actually gave us a date. I don't think it
It
was
was-
a release date. They gave a target window. I thought. I thought they gave a target
but
window.
The window was still delayed from what it was.
Well, it was
We had
gonna
a
be-
window
it was
only
gonna
with
be-
it.
Every Zelda game gets
It was going to
delayed
be
multiple times.
I thought it was going to be
so don't worry.
spring, and they moved it to May, if I remember right. Is that wrong?
Par for the course.
I don't know, but I give Nintendo more credit because the release dates seem to be more closely accurate to what we're
Well,
getting,
I mean, it's just
as opposed
the
to what
different
Sony
market
and
cycles.
Microsoft
For the
is.
most part, Nintendo just shows off games for the next 6 months. They're like, hey, here's what's coming out in the next.
And that's what I'm trying to
7 months,
experience. Like
for the most
they
part.
I thought like that Microsoft said that that's what they were doing now. Didn't they not
Well,
say
they
that?
said like these
They
games are coming out.
did it with
in the
everything
next
else
year, yeah.
except for Starfield, pretty much.
Yeah. So I just I don't know.
But it didn't,
whatever.
but it didn't
Let's-
work. Like Perfect Dark, what the fuck is the Coalition working on? Where's fucking Fable?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Right?
Where's Fable? Where's Fable? Come on.
I
So
don't know.
it is. That's what it is. It's just
uh,
a fable. It's never
Everwild?
coming.
Everwild?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, Everwild. Wow, I forgot all about that one.
Of course. So did they.
Yeah.
We all
It's
did.
so, yeah. Anyways, what else we got? We got the EU arguments going on. Did you see Sony also put on their argument of Call of Duty is going to be detuned for their consoles, making it the worst version if Microsoft gets the exclusivity?
Yeah,
And I
would've.
think the fun, forget that. I think the fun part about that was the comments from a lot of editors, reviewers, people in the media saying, why would Sony say this if this hasn't already been happening from them? Essentially, they were inferring what would cause them to make this argument, because there's been a lot of exclusive from Sony where the games on the Xbox were the inferior versions in terms of the way they ran, speed wise. So that's the argument they're getting. I thought that was a funny part of the argument. It's just a nasty bout between two gaming companies right now.
It's just stupid. Like, I mean, the thing is, what they ran They ran the ad.
The EU
in
ad?
the,
The
in
EU
the,
ad,
in
yeah.
the UK. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're going to bring Call of Duty to 150 million more players. Like, that's not reality. Like, there's not
It's
even
not
150
true.
million players
Not
to begin
true.
with right now, and not to mention like, okay, well, why aren't you bringing Starfield to 150 million more players? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
have the power
argument
to
you
do
have.
that right now, and you're not. So why should we believe you? Like, it just
That's the big
it's
argument
stupid.
that you have against this is, you already have a example of what happens when they buy it. So I don't know. We'll see what goes on with that. But what else do we have on the news? Anything else?
What else?
I saw that one.
Capcom
I
had
was
that
like, okay.
direct. Just more
Oh, yeah,
Street
what
Fighter
happened to that
stuff.
one?
Just
feel
more
like
Street
that's a
Fighter
game.
stuff. Resident Evil 4 looking amazing. They dropped the
Resident
demo.
Evil 4 looks awesome, and
Yep.
they dropped the demo same day.
Yep, same day.
They're notorious for that. I will say at this point with Street Fighter 6, I've seen enough. I'm good. I just want to play the game, and I don't need anything more.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like I said, this summer is actually really good. We have, from here until summer, we got Resident Evil 4 remake. We got Star Wars. We have Street Fighter.
Oh,
Final
yes.
Fantasy
I forgot about Star Wars. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Redfall hopefully is going to be good.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Advance Wars, Zelda,
That's a game. Yep.
Massive.
And Zelda's early, which is great.
Pikmin in July.
First game I play in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's going to be a good year. Good year.
Yeah.
Wow,
I think
game.
yeah, which is good. Historic, like I think that I was thinking about this year with playing games, and it's like my games of the year historically have been focused on like 2 games that I've actually finished and played. This year, there's a good chance I'm going to finish like 5 big games. Just the way it looks, like Advance Wars, Zelda, Starfield, and well, if that comes out, there could be a lot of contenders with this. And if I get my PS5 later in the year, like over the summer, is what I'm thinking of. I could have some more stuff to play there too.
Getting to get Jedi Survivor too.
And Jedi Survivor, yeah. I mean, there's multiple games here that there's a high probability, not even small, high probability I'm playing through and finishing at least 5 games for me, like big games, rather than even like little small stuff that I usually do. So interesting year for me. Looking forward to that. So
there was a rumor
as we're in March.
Yeah, there was a rumor. I don't know how much stock I put into it right now because it's only one source, but they're claiming a PS5 Pro is coming next year.
Yeah.
Maybe wait. There may be a wait. I don't know.
It seems weird because like I feel like we're still in the cross-gen phase.
I mean, people are just getting PS5s.
Yeah, people are just getting their PS5s. So it's like,
Yeah, and we're just getting things that are legitimately exclusive.
yeah,
Like
so I'm
now.
saying I'm still in the cross-gen.
Yep. I mean, this
I don't
is
have a
the
place to
year
put
that
that
you're
one,
gonna
so.
get, finally the non PS4 Xbox.
That's true. The true next gen, new gen system. It's no longer next
Now
gen.
gen.
Now gen, yes. Current gen releases. So, all right. I think that's gonna wrap up this episode, though, folks. Hang on. Sorry, I'm out of liquid and I'm getting dry throat. Give me 1 second. Chat amongst
Getting a
yourselves.
little-
Chat amongst yourselves.
Kerflumped.
Oh my goodness.
All right, sorry. Now I'm good. Had to get that out of me. That's going to wrap up this episode. I almost made it through without having a coughing fit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we are live streaming on Twitch on Tuesday nights starting at 8 o'clock. We do the movie cast, the game cast. If you miss it, we're on YouTube the following days. So you can always watch that backlog of content. Subscribe to both channels and leave us a comment. Actually, on YouTube, leave us a comment. We'll bring it up on the show the next week. And we'll mention you, and you get a nice little shout out, and we'll talk about it. As long as it's a legitimate comment here. We don't need any spam comments, folks. But we will try to answer everything we can get to. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate you all. We will see you next week. We're out.